Beware the after effects. The idea of having a person worship you forever is appealing, but your seduction will eventually lose its strong effect. After emotions have reached a pitch, they often swing in the opposite direction, toward lassitude, distrust, disappointment. Once you have seduced your victim, you have to make a choice. You can either leave or stay. If you are to leave, end the relationship quickly, make the sacrifice swift and sudden, or break the spell you have created. If what you want is to commit to your victim, there are obstacles that you have to be aware of. You can't become lazy. You still have to work to keep the other person interested. Never let the other person take you for granted. Use absence, create pain and conflict to keep the seduced on tenterhooks. Remember that seduction is a kind of enchantment. Neither of you are your normal selves. You're both playing a role, and you're displaying your most attractive qualities while hiding the anti-seductive ones. In a seduction, both parties are living a drama and they are being stripped away from reality. It's as if both of you were actors in a movie. Some movies are very long, but they all end at some point. Once you reach the end of the seduction, the victim will see you differently. They will see your flaws, and they will oftentimes feel disgusted by you. It is as if a drug were wearing off, allowing the target to see you as you are, and being disappointed by the flaws that are inevitably there. It is at the end of the seduction when you have to make a decision. Will you leave or will you stay? At this point, a lot of seducers lose interest in their victim. If that's you, break up. Don't feel guilty, and don't stay with your victim out of pity. The problem may be the way you break up. Like seduction, ending a relationship is an art. If you don't do it the right way, you may have to deal with undesirable consequences. Breaking up will make the victim insecure, and their need for your validation may take hold of them again. Your effort to break off the relationship will inadvertently revive the spell for the other person, causing him or her to cling to you tenaciously. There are 4 things you must take into account when the end of the seduction has been reached, even if you decide to commit to your victim. Fight against inertia. The victim will be able to sense when you start to take them for granted, and they will slowly lose interest in you. Losing motivation may be a good way to bring the relationship to an end. The victim will feel disappointed by you, and they will be able to walk away unharmed. If what you want is to keep your victim interested, don't let yourself lose motivation. Understand that a relationship is a different type of seduction, but a seduction nonetheless. Don't ever take your victim for granted. There is still a lot of work to do. They will walk away if you're no longer of interest. Keep proving yourself, focusing your attention on them, luring them. That is often enough to keep them enchanted. Stir the pot, even if that means a return to inflicting pain and pulling back. Maintain mystery. People tend to think that the more you know your boyfriend or girlfriend, the more you'll be attracted to them. But the truth is that familiarity kills attraction. Mystery keeps it alive. Knowing everything about each other makes the relationship more comfortable, but you must avoid letting the relationship become too comfortable if you want to keep it interesting. Reality is not seductive. Keep some dark corners in your character. Flout expectations. Use absences to fragment the clinging. Without anxiety and a touch of fear, the erotic tension is dissolved. If what you want is to break off the relationship without being hurtful, you may want to let them know every single detail about you. Without mystery, there can be no interest. Maintain lightness. Seducers are easygoing. They are filled with life, and they work for what they want, but they don't take life nor their victims too seriously. This is what makes them so attractive. You have to maintain this attitude, even in a committed relationship. Learn to love your victim for who they are. Avoid letting their flaws and their annoying behaviors harden your playful spirit. People are the way they are. Don't try to change them to fit your desires. You will have more control if you maintain the proper spirit. Avoid the slow burnout. Many people are too comfortable in their relationship to break it off, even when the love and passion that brought them together in the first place are no longer alive. It is not uncommon for at least one of the two to lose interest in the other. If this is you, end the relationship quickly and be unapologetic. A quick separation is often easier to get over. Even when you're leaving your victim, be considerate. There are 2 right ways to bring a relationship to an end. Be direct. Tell him or her you're no longer in love, and there's nothing they can possibly do to change your mind. When you do this, you leave your victim with no hope of ever having something with you again. This may seem cruel, and the initial shock will be painful for the victim, but they will at least have no other choice than to move on with their lives. They won't be coming up with a plan to get you back, and they won't be texting you anymore. Few people are courageous enough to end a relationship in such a way. Initially, It's very painful for the other person, but the alternative is to end the relationship slowly, dragging the other person on and causing them more pain in the long run. This is selfish. You may tell yourself you don't want to be direct because you don't want to be hurtful, but this is your ego deceiving you. The truth is that you're not being direct because you don't want to deal with the consequences. Your victim's tears might make you uncomfortable, and you might be worried of changing your mind and wanting to get back together at some point in the future. Most likely, you're worried of ruining any chance of having a friendship with your victim if you end the relationship like this. Keep this in mind. A friendship is not the second best alternative for the victim, even if they say it is. What's truly best for them is to move on and find happiness. Seeing how happy you are without them and listening to you talk about the other people you're going out with won't help them move on. Spending time with you will only delay their healing process. By not spending any time with you, they will be able to heal and move on more quickly. Yes, ending the relationship like this will kill any chance of having a friendship with your victim, at least for the time being. But this is a sacrifice you must make for their own emotional well-being. The victim should be sacrificed, not tortured. The other right possible way to end the relationship is to become unattractive. In other words, provoke them to end the relationship. If being direct is something you don't want to do, you may want to do this. Become anti-seductive. Be weak and needy. Stop playing games and drown them in love. Don't give them space. Leave no room for fantasy. Be jealous, and you can even make it obvious that you're stalking them. Your victim will inevitably find you repulsive and break off the relationship. As it has been stated, seducers are easygoing. Don't take the art of seduction so seriously. Yes, you must put in the work to keep your victim interested, but don't exhaust yourself. It's okay to relax. In fact, too much mystery will create doubt. Let people get to know you. You can allow a little familiarity to creep in. Enjoy being in the presence of a person you find attractive, and if you are to start a relationship with them, don't be paranoid. The point is not to be a complete stranger. All you have to do is add a little drama every now and then. Just like you shouldn't take them for granted, you should remind them not to take you for granted. If you do this right, they will have the delightful feeling that they are constantly getting to know more about you, but never too much. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more.